the rest of them
Well, good evening. Thank you for coming tonight to Mojava Cafe. We have a great reading lined up tonight. We have two writers, one all the way from Greeley, Nebraska, who is just now approaching the outskirts of Lincoln. She'll be here sometime soon. We also have Otis. If you remember Otis 12 from Z92 radio, I do. I remember that. Otis, in around 2001, switched over somewhat into writing full-time or part-time, however you want to call that. So he'll be up later and we'll give you a little bit more information about Otis. Right now we're going to open up the evening with music by Paul Baker. Paul's a friend of mine who I met when he moved back to Lincoln after spending probably 35 years total living and working in Santa Fe and San Francisco. So that's a good place to soak up some vibes, both of those locations. And he's been very active at Gratitude Cafe. Tonight we have Kat Cloran here, the Gratitude Baker. I'm glad to see her. She's a wonderful baker. She's here too, and that's right, another baker. Two bakers, Kat and Paul. Okay. Paul has been busy running the songwriting at Gratitude. He has been helping out at a variety of other occupations around town. He's in a writers group that I belong to. He's been working on 2 or 3 novels, as well as songwriting, so he's a busy guy. So without further ado, we'll have Paul Baker come up and give us a few songs, and that'll get our evening going. Paul.
Thank you, Rex. Rex mentioned that I was in San Francisco. I was in San Francisco for quite a long time. I lived there for 18 years. And I was working for a major national corporation headquartered in New York. And when 9/11 happened in 2001, my corporation rethought its priorities. And it said, oh, we can dispense with X number of jobs across the country so that our executives won't have to take less money. So my job was one of those that got axed, and I hung around in San Francisco and tried to make it work for a while, and when it was obvious it wasn't going to work, I decided to join my best friend in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And that move was kind of traumatic for me. And when I got there, we started a rock band, and I started to write this next song for the rock band. The problem was I couldn't finish it. As you'll find out during the evening, I have issues with lyrics and with finishing lyrics. And so this song sat around for 10 years until I moved to Lincoln. I retired and moved to Lincoln and decided to write full time. And when I got here, boom, I finished this song right off. So all I had to do was get out of Santa Fe. This song is called Road to Santa Fe. In the early evening darkness of Chinatown, I closed the door and quickly turned away. Cranked up that U-Haul with a lifetime full of stuff. Bit of a travelogue, that. If you've ever driven through Tehachapi, you know that we've got the wonderful windmills all up along the pass. It's really beautiful. I'm going to do a song that I wrote in Santa Fe before I got here. And this song is a little strange because once I had moved to Santa Fe, over the same weekend, two very close women friends of mine both told me separately over the same weekend that I was the most spiritual atheist they'd ever met. So, I decided to write a song that described my view of spiritual atheism. Now, as I play this song, when I come to the chorus, you can feel free to yell it out with me if you want to. Well, my mama, she's a Christian, and my daddy, he's a Jew. My uncle, he's a Buddhist, and my sister's into voodoo. Well, my auntie loves astrology, and my brother worships glue. And everybody wants to know exactly what am I into. I worship beer. I worship Sunday drives. I worship steak and eggs and hummingbirds. I worship kids and dogs. I worship herbal tea. I don't need no ornery gods to succor me. Well, my grandpa, he's a Muslim, and my grandma shaved her head. She swears that she was born again among the great undead. Well, my nephew's a Hare Krishna. He's a child of old Vishnu. And everybody wants to know exactly what am I into. I worship beer. I worship Sunday drives. I worship steak and eggs and hummingbirds. I worship kids and dogs. I worship herbal tea. I don't need no ornery gods to succor me. Well, my cousin, he's a Rasta man. My niece, she watches TV. My neighbor honors virgins. And my dog, well, he worships me. Everybody's gotta serve someone. They tell me that is true. And everybody wants to know exactly what am I into. And you know what it is. I worship beer. I worship Sunday drives. I worship steak and eggs and hummingbirds. I worship kids and dogs. I worship herbal tea. I don't need no ornery gods to succor me. I worship beer. I worship Sunday drives. I worship steak and eggs and hummingbirds. I worship kids and dogs. I worship herbal tea. I don't need no ornery gods to succor me. Amen. Thank you. This next song will somewhat demonstrate the reason why people don't get my beliefs, such as they are. But I started writing this song not too long after I moved to Lincoln, and I got the music for it, and I was really pleased with the music. I'm going, you know, gosh, this is really going to be a great song. And then I couldn't write the words. I had trouble with the lyrics. And I got some of them, and the rest of them were just awful. You know, I'd never do this song. So I did what all reasonable songwriters will do. I put an ad on Craigslist. And I said, I am looking for a lyricist to help me finish a song that I can't finish. And I got some replies back, especially from poets, and I kind of looked through their stuff, and I don't know, it didn't really turn me on. And then I get this one email from a woman in Omaha by the name of Mary McLean. And she said, I'm a lyricist, and if you want to hear the lyrics I've written, go to SoundCloud and check out these 5 artists. And I went, whoa, this is a serious lyric writer here. So I answered her email, and she said, well, how do you want to do this? And I said, well, you know, here's what we'll do. I will record the song, such as it is, and go just kind of do on the parts that I don't, you know, I'm not secure about, and I'll put it up on YouTube, and then you can look at it, and you can see what you can come up with. So a couple days later, I get an email back from her saying, well, I got these ideas, and she shared them with me, and so we started sending emails back and forth. So the lyrics for this song were written entirely by email. This song is called Flying High, and I do want to thank Mary McLean for the work that she put in on it. To be on the bill tonight with such great writers. And Otis makes it sound kind of easy. You just get up in the morning and you write a poem. And
I would say a good one. You don't save them all.
A poem.
I've already shared with you how difficult it is for me to write lyrics. You can only imagine how hard it is for me to write poetry. In the last 5 years, I've probably written over 1 million words of prose when you count 7 drafts of one novel and so forth. But here's a song. About 1.5 years ago, I made the command decision that I am going to write a cowboy song. Yeah, right. And I did pretty good to start out with. You'll notice when I sing this, it starts out being a pretty good cowboy song. But at a certain point, I lost control of the lyrics. And it started to become a very lewd song. And then it became a song about food. And I'm going, how did I get here? This is called, I Just Want Your Arms Around Me. I was wiped out and wasted from the trail. So busted, I barely made bail. Down the street I did go to the cafe Boudreaux to see a certain woman that I know. Well, I found a window booth that was cozy and a pretty little waitress named Josie. She said, what'll it be that is besides me? I said, burger, fries, and iced tea. But I don't want no ketchup on my burger. I don't want no lemon in my tea. I just want your smile, your kiss and your loving. I just want your arms around me. Darling, I just want your arms around me. She gave me a smile and a wink, a kiss and a hug in a blink. And she said, you want onions or mustard or sugar or me? I said, burger, fries, and iced tea. But I don't want no onions or mustard. I don't want no sugar in my tea. I just want your smile, your kiss and your laughter. I just want your arms around me. Little darling, I just want your arms around me. Now some people claim that I'm picky, but I don't eat the stuff I find icky. I just want my girl, my food and my tea, and I want 'em the way they should be. Oh, I don't want no ketchup on my burger. I don't want no lemon in my tea. I just want your smile, your kiss and your laughter. I just want your arms around me. Darling, I just want your arms around me. Little darling, I just want your arms around me. resolves back into a cowboy song. And speaking of lyrical issues, back when we had our rock band in Santa Fe, I tried to write this song that was going to be kind of like a Pink Floyd song, you know, and I imagined it with like a rock band with a heavy bass and synthesizers and a female chorus and a flute solo, right? I was a little grandiose in imagining it. But once again, I got to a certain point and I just could not finish the lyrics. And so we never did the song as a rock band. And when I got back to Lincoln and I was starting to dig out a lot of these unfinished songs, I found this song. And so I sent an email to my friend Mary McLean in Omaha. And I said, boy, if you can help me out with this, you will be my friend for life. So she said, okay, post it on YouTube and let's go. So anyway, the two of us worked together for about 3 weeks finishing this up. And I don't know, I'm a novelist. How come I have no problem writing music, but I'm just plagued by lyrics? Anyway, so I give a grateful thanks to Mary McLean for helping me to finish this off. This is probably the only song I wrote that is about regret. And this is for Jolia, wherever she is. It's called Time Machine.
I'd go back and change the way I
Thank you very much. This last song I just wrote during this last year, so this is probably the newest song I've got for you. But moving back to Nebraska, I was actually born in Pawnee City. I grew up in Lincoln. Went to Lincoln High, UNL, and after college I took off and I was gone for 30 some odd years. Coming back to the prairie and the plain has been a much more emotional experience for me than I thought it would be. And I wound up writing several songs about Nebraska, and as a spiritual atheist, this song is also about death. So this is called This Gentle Land Will Own Me.
Makes another
The benediction from the late, great William Clepcorn.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother.
How appropriate. Well chosen. Thanksgiving. Aunt Vivian leads the charge against the paper plate. Eat noodles off something like that, and you deserve whatever brand of scurvy it is you pass away from. Steam above the platter of roast turkey portends an eruption. Vesuvius in fullest flower all over again. Uncle Howard's new blue shirt gapes like a goldfish shortly above his belt buckle. Pass the potatoes, sweet William, and while you're at it, throw in some gravy and a fistful of hot rolls. The flesh on Beulah's upper arm hangs so low it brushes the broccoli. Iced tea gurgles like a busy drain in the small, arid throat of cousin Eileen. Eldon remembers when ham and beans and Monday were the same. Slim Jimmy, attempting once more to chink the gaps under the slack of his nettled skin, devises a totem of apple pie, sliced cheese, chocolate cake, vanilla, and butter brickle ice cream. Easy there on the rum, Grandma. Marvin, the would-be missionary, likes his strawberries tart as a sermon. You can do the dishes, Vivian. I'm going outside to drop kick a football through the Virgin Martha's window. Curious I am, and lonesome, escaping. Thank you very much.
Let's have a big hand for our three presenters tonight. Paul, please. Barbara. Don't forget, if you haven't fed Elvis yet, be sure to feed Elvis.
Yeah, he's pretty
That always helps out too. Come back to Mojave Cafe. They have a great menu here. Lots of fine drinks. Wonderful place. Paul and the staff have done a wonderful job. Over the years, Paul did most of the work on this addition himself. I'm talking about drywall, sanding, paint, electrical, etc. So it's a labor of love for everyone here. We're glad you're here. Our community of writers and readers and singers and people that drive from long distances just to read for us and hang out. It's fantastic. So watch for something next month. Everyone enjoy the weather out here. It's going to get a little colder a little sooner. Thanks for coming. Good night.